Employees at a restaurant are trained to store mops on hooks and empty water from the mop buckets before closing each night. What basic rule of an integrated pest management system does this demonstrate? Good job. Your answer, Denny, pests food, water, and shelter works well here. Pepper-like black specks are found near the electrical motor in a refrigeration unit. What type of pest may be present? Great thinking. Roaches is the right choice. What information should be recorded and shared with the pest control operator if pests are spotted at the operation? Exactly. Date, time, location makes sense, and it is right choice. Why is it important to consider integrated pest management instead of relying on a single pest control method? Strong choice. Because pests can develop resistance to certain control measures is the right answer. Holes are found in the ground around some quiet places along the building. What type of pest may be present? Great job! Rats is the accurate answer. Which of the following is a benefit of integrated pest management to the horticulture industry? Smart move. Reduced pesticide resistance in pests is an accurate answer. The 3 basic rules to keep an operation pest-free are deny access, deny food and shelter, and you chose work with a pest control operator. And it is correct. What must be found for the management of a pest to be successful in integrated pest management? On track. The weakest link in the pest's biology is the correct answer. Select the best method of integrated pest management relating to plant and animal quarantines. Correct response. Regulatory is the most accurate answer. Nesting materials are found in a drawer under a prep table. What type of pest may be present? Right again. Mice is a valid answer. What is the significance of ensuring hygienic conditions in and around the field in EPM? Well picked. To prevent problems with pests, diseases, and weeds is the correct answer. Dirt tracks are spotted along light-colored walls. What type of pest may be present? Excellent choice. Rats or mice is the right answer. What is the most effective way to eliminate pests that have entered the operation? Smart pick. Work with a licensed pest control operator is the correct choice. What is an example of a chemical pesticide used in integrated pest management? Well done. A spray for insects is the right choice. What is required to make effective use of integrated pest management? Nicely done. Careful planning is a solid answer. What is a key aspect of understanding pests in integrated pest management? Valid point. Identifying and describing the types of pests is true. What should pest control operators do to control pests effectively? Bravo. All of the above is the answer. Who should apply toxic pest control materials in a food service operation? You're right. A certified applicator is the correct answer. What is the key to a successful integrated pest management program? Correct. Scouting and monitoring pest populations and crop conditions is the right answer. Any organism, usually an animal, judged as a threat to humans is known as. Solid response. Pest is a valid choice. Which individual should apply pesticides in a food service operation? Excellent. A pest control operator is a brilliant choice. What is the first step in implementing EPM according to the video? Well reasoned. Monitoring the garden is the correct choice. What is a basic rule of an integrated pest management program? You got it? Your choice work with a pest control operator is right. What is a responsibility of a licensed pest control operator? Perfect. Keep records of pest control measures is the correct choice. Select one of the principles of integrated pest management. Sharp thinking. Avoidance is the right choice. What is a key factor in identifying pests correctly in EPM? Nice work. You chose understanding the pest's life cycle, and it is correct. Which of the following is an example of biological control? Good thinking. Ladybirds eating aphids is the right answer. What does EPM stand for in the context of pest management? Right choice. Integrated pest management is the best answer. What is mechanical control in integrated pest management? Nice selection. Using physical barriers or traps to control pests is the correct and valid answer. What does EPM stand for in the context of horticulture? Clear logic. Your choice integrated pest management is sound and 100% true. What is the first step in integrated pest management? Well picked. Identify the pests present is the correct answer. What does monitoring and evaluation in EPM involve? Sharp thinking. Systematic inspection of the crop and its surroundings is the right choice. A process for achieving long-term pest suppression. On track. Integrated pest management is the correct answer. What is the purpose of prevention in pest control? Correct. To damage food, supplies, and facilities is the right answer. Which of the following is not a component of EPM? Well done. Using chemical management as the first step is the right choice. What is the goal of integrated pest management? Well reasoned. To manage pest populations in an environmentally sustainable way is the correct choice. Who should store pesticides used in a facility? Great job. Pest control operators is the accurate answer. What is the role of beneficial insects in EPM? Right again. To help control pest populations through predation or parasitism is a valid answer. What does EPM aim to ensure in the long term? Exactly. The sustainable production of a healthy crop makes sense and it is right choice. Why is it important to evaluate an EPM plan? Excellent choice. To assess its effectiveness and make necessary adjustments is the right answer. What scenario can lead to pest infestation? You got it. Your choice, storing recyclables in paper bags by the back door, is right. Mancozeb and propanib used to control dash. Good thinking. Fungi is the right answer. What is the role of crop rotation in EPM? Good job. Your answer. To prevent problems with pests, diseases, and weeds works well here. A dash plant provides a pest with food.
Excellent. Host is a brilliant choice.
Who should apply pesticides? You're right.
Pest control operator is the correct answer.
Integrated Pest Management. You chose all choices are correct. And it is correct.
What does EPIM stand for?
Valid point. Integrated Pest Management is true. EPIM stands for. Great thinking. Integrated Pest Management is the right choice. What is a PO? Strong choice. Pest control operator is the right answer. What is IPM? Bravo. Integrated Pest Management is the answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Solid response. Contact Narayan Changda is a valid choice.